Live from under the water tower in Austin, Texas, it's the monthly drone show that your mom likes to watch while she sits by the phone waiting for you to call. It's First Friday! Interesting guests, cool drone technology, Dr. Pepper, giveaways, and the fifth best looking host on a YouTube drone channel not named Ken. Give it up for Kelly Shores. Now, sit back, relax, and crack yourself a cold one because the show starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it away, Kelly.
Hey, wow. Wow, that never gets old. Thank you guys for being here. Man, what a year, and what a quick year it's been. It feels like it just started and it's almost over. I'm just mind blown by that. But I am so glad to see so many friends in the chat tonight with Bob Casey, with Maddie's Drone World, with Captain Ray, with Jerry Bauer, with Barkley 107 Drones. Artco is in the house tonight. We even have Greg Coonert, who we haven't seen in months, maybe even years. Greg's in the house. Doc Murdoch's in the house. The Grumpy Vlogger Lloyd's in the house. Man, just I know I'm missing a few people here. Ben T. Bob Casey, I think I said Bob Casey. And Bob Casey, I got a special treat for you tonight. You're going to love it. It's going to be in just a minute, so at least stick around for that. We got Marcus with Idaho Quadcopters. We've got, let me see, who was the first one in here tonight? It was Chris Wedgeworth was the first one. Mike Wright was number 2. Trevor Fuss all the way down under, along with Greg from Oz by Drone. I saw Fly Natural in here earlier. I haven't seen Roosevelt in a long time. I don't know if he's still in the chat or not, but if he is, glad to have you here, buddy. It's been too long. I missed you at Spin Up, especially going bowling together because you are one heck of a bowler. John Taylor in the house. John Taylor is a big fan of the Dirt Nap City podcast. If you haven't checked it out, just go to your podcast provider and type in Dirt Nap City. We have an awesome episode coming up for Christmas that you'll just want to sit around the fire, drink a little cognac, get the kids, and listen to that. And then, of course, we've also got, who else did I just see that I'd forgotten to say hi to just a second ago? John Taylor. Anyway, it's a good crew that's here tonight. I know that Chris Hope is out. He is doing some stuff with the family tonight. He did send us a really excellent episode of 2 Minutes of Hope. As a matter of fact, he shot it with his brand new Mini 4 Pro, and it looks beautiful. You're going to love it. Jim Beauchart in the house tonight. Anyway, great crew. So glad you guys can make it. I know that time is your most valuable resource, and you're spending it here, and we all appreciate that. Here tonight, I have some really awesome people here in the house with me. I've got Chris with me right here.
What's
Sunrise
up?
Water Media, reluctantly on camera.
Yep.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. Happy to be here.
Well, you know, Chris and I earlier were talking, and he actually said he would try something way out of his comfort zone. Now, Chris is a very healthy guy. He eats very well. He's in good shape. He's much thinner than me, so if you're ever sending T-shirts, you got to send different size T-shirts because I got the big guy T-shirt, and he's got the skinny guy T-shirt. But he also has never had a sip of either Coca-Cola or Dr. Pepper. Now, Bob Casey, I know you and I are Dr. Pepper brothers. Actually, my brother Brad, a bunch of us like Dr. Pepper, right? It's a Texas thing. It's a Southern thing. Chris agreed to try his first sip of Dr. Pepper ever in his life.
I'm kind of nervous.
Now I was going to give him a whole can, and he's like, no, don't give me a whole can. I might just waste it. See, listen to that. He's assuming he's not going to like it. So first of all, Chris, take it under the nose and just smell it.
ASMR?
Yeah, just give it a little sniff.
Oh, goodness. That tastes like cough syrup.
Well, you haven't tasted it. You haven't. It does
smells
not.
like
It does not taste like. Don't say it tastes like cough syrup before you even taste it.
It smells like it.
It smells like it tastes like cough syrup. Okay, that's just your
Oh
nose
my
playing a
goodness.
trick
You
on your
drink this?
taste buds. All right, now just kick back.
Oh man.
A nice little swig.
Okay. Oh goodness.
Look
It's
at
like-
that face.
That's like toothpaste and icing and pond water and that's nasty.
Bob, are you hearing this? Are you?
I'm
are
so
you hearing
sorry,
this guy?
Bob Casey. That's sorry.
Wait, toothpaste, pond water, and what else? Icing? Mm-hmm. Wow, that actually sounds pretty good. Mark, what do you think about toothpaste, pond water, and icing as a combo?
I think it's a disgrace, Chris. That is the official drink of Baylor University, and you know that's where I went to school.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. This is a Texas thing. Chris is actually from Texas, as much as he doesn't act like it. Other than the packing heat all the time, you wouldn't know it by looking at him.
He's lucky he's talented.
He
Really?
is very lucky. That
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna get in trouble for what I just said.
Well, hold on. Let's see how much is left in there.
A lot.
Oh man, just one more sip.
No,
Let's see if the
God.
second sip is. Then you're done.
Okay,
Then you're
all right.
done. You never have to try it again.
Go,
right.
go, Doug.
Oh goodness.
Oh,
Sorry.
I'm missing all the
I can't.
reactions of people here. I don't know. I shouldn't have scrolled up, but
Oh man.
yeah. All right.
not
Tammy
good.
Well,
Jean
Chris,
says she's been living on cough syrup for a month.
It looks like 2 people already canceled you, Chris.
Well, okay. Next time it's gonna be Big Red. He's gonna
Oh,
love.
man.
He's gonna love that. So we got Mark in here tonight. We haven't had Mark around. Mark, what's up,
yeah.
man?
Dude,
How are you doing?
I'm not doing that good.
You're
No.
not doing good.
No, I had a really rough morning.
Okay. Well, first of all, I just want to tell everybody, we all show up here. What was it? 6:30 this morning? 7:15. I mean, it was pretty early. We show up. We do our calisthenics. We do our thumb stretches because mostly. Are you a thumber or a pincher, Mark? Do you know?
They say both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You just do
I
what?
like to diversify.
Well, Chris, you're a pincher, right?
I'm a pincher for FPV and mostly a thumber for camera drones.
Okay. I'm a full on thumber. So we get
Speaking
here.
of, could I tell you something personal?
Yeah.
I don't use the joysticks.
Mind control. What are you doing?
Yes, I fly better with just no joysticks. with
Okay,
it. Is-
okay.
Is that
Wow.
normal?
That's
Well, I mean, there are they have that little thing that you can control it with. Is that what you're talking
No,
about?
I just use the knobs.
Oh, you mean you take the sticks out?
The sticks are gone. I can control it so much better, I think.
Wow. Okay. So if
anyway.
I'm ever in a situation where I've lost my sticks and I need to fly
we're like any
What would Mark do? Look at your bracelet. What would Mark do?
WWMD. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And you're flying a Mini, right? You're flying
Mini
a
2.
Mini 2, right?
No, 'cause
And-
I can't afford to crash a Mini 3 or 4. So
Right.
That's
Well,
how I do it.
we actually did crash the Mini 4 today. But you said you weren't doing well.
Well, it
What's-
was rough, Kelly.
what's
I mean,
going
after
on?
all our calisthenics this morning, I couldn't find my spin-up shirt. And
What?
no, and I know the Ready Set Drone shirt. The
Okay,
Ready Set Drone.
okay,
Yeah,
man.
because dude, I know how important it is to you.
Yeah.
And I personally didn't want to catch all that crap from Chris.
No, he can be really mean, especially before his cough syrup in the
I
morning.
didn't iron my Ready Set Drone shirt one time, and he said, "Are you going to wear that tonight?"
Yeah.
And I wasn't even on camera.
No, I know.
Yeah.
He has a high standard.
So I literally went through my whole. I was late for a meeting. I was like, I've got to find this shirt. There's nothing enough. I had a spin up shirt. I threw it over there, and Sparkside. I threw it over there. All my favorite shirts. And Kelly, this is how I left my
Wow.
house this morning. And I wanted to point out a couple of things here.
Wait, I want to say, is this before or after you were looking for the shirt?
No, this is after.
Okay.
This is after. But I just want to call your attention to a couple of things here.
Okay.
You notice this one in the middle here? Look at that. That's your Sparkside shirt. right
Yes,
there,
I see
you know?
Sparkside hanging right there on the
Right.
edge. Yeah.
And then this is just the best.
Yeah,
This
that's a Ted Lasso shirt.
Ted Lasso, but it gets the scratchiest shirt, but the best reason to ever wear a shirt.
Yeah.
So award. And
Okay.
then looky here.
You got spin up there.
Spin up. So I just want you to know you're a part of my life everywhere I go.
Wow.
But I was not going to leave the house until I did it.
I
So
I like that you have. Is that an ironing board over there next to it? What's over on the left?
Oh, on the left is the clothes hamper. I was even looking
clothes-
in there in case someone had worn it.
So are these shirts clean or dirty?
These all came out of my closet and my clean. They're
Okay,
all clean.
so they're just on the floor. Mm-hmm. You just put your clean
but I had to
clothes
look in dirty clothes.
Yeah,
'cause,
yeah.
You know. So anyway,
Okay.
I feel good now, but it was pretty tough for a little while.
You know, actually, Mark. First of all, if you guys don't remember Mark, and I know you do, because Mark has been at several spin-ups. He's been in several videos that we've done. He ran sound at spin-up this year and last time, and he actually made he got some nice compliments from some people that know music. I mean, including I told him this. Ken Herron came over to me at the end and said, "Hey, I like how you tied all the music into the event. You know, he was playing songs about flying and playing songs about being in Texas, and so he actually made a Spotify playlist, and it's in the description. So if you want to hear the playlist, now the first song is like a 20-minute song of a Stearman airplane motor.
It's a minute and a half. Yeah.
Feels like 20-minute song of a Stearman airplane motor. If you want to listen to that one, you can just kind of listen for 10 seconds and then skip forward, because it's a lot like listening to toothpaste and cough syrup and frosting all mixed together. I mean, it hurts the head. Anyway, so hey, John Coopy, good to see you, man. So Mark, you found your shirt.
Yes, I did. I'm so happy about that.
You showed up here, and tell us a little bit. You just told me a little story about how. And by the way, Mark's doing all the button pushing tonight.
Hey, hang on a second.
I'm free today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chris
proves
is here just to finish his Dr. Pepper.
I can never get Chris to push applause. I'm like, go applause, go applause.
So you were telling us earlier about filming at a ranch, and tell us about that drone shot you got with the fire you were talking about.
Well, I'm always surprised that my drone even gets off the ground. It's still like a little kid opening it for Christmas every time. So I pop it out, and we had a great fire going, a big old wood fire, and I wasn't sure how it would do flying through it, but sun was setting, 20 people around here making s'mores, and I really wanted this shot. So I flew it through some trees, which is no big deal for you guys out there, but I flew it through some trees and just right over the fire and into the sunset. And I was happy about that, and just I love that drone. I love that drone.
It is a good one.
Yeah, and it's just easy to get to communicate things. It doesn't have to be complicated. So
how when you say flew it through the fire, how close to the fire were you?
Maybe 2.5 feet above. Maybe 3.
You know the top part, the tip, is the hottest part of the fire.
Yeah.
Were you going fast?
But no, Chris.
So you
I
you
can't
may
do
have melted the prop.
your little 90-second FPS stuff. I make it slow with my no stick controls.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm old school.
He doesn't fly FPS.
But no, I have another T-shirt that says "Get the shot."
Get the shot. That's
the
right.
shot.
Always be
No
filming.
matter if your drone comes back melted,
Yeah, man. It's well, I don't know. It's like I just get the shot, and I try to do it responsibly, but I wasn't too close. I cruised through there pretty quick, but
Nice.
that was cool.
Well, I when that video comes out, I want to see it because it sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing you were describing. But real quick, I just want to say thank you to a couple of, say thank you for the super chat from, I don't know if it's Azas, but it's Azas Builds and Adventures, or Azas. But thank you for the $5 New Zealand super chat. I have no idea what that translates to, but I appreciate it. And I also want to say hey to Sean, World of Oz out there. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. You're actually going to be in this a little bit tonight. There's a few shots of Colorado that we took. And also to Tammy Jean. Thanks for stopping in tonight. So with that said, our intention tonight is to kind of relive 2023. Now, Chris, tell me, just if you were to summarize 2023 from a droning perspective, what was it for you?
Well, first thing that comes to mind was first thing I did pretty much on the first day of the year.
Oh yeah, when it was cold.
Yeah,
and you were up in in the north when it was
in
really
New England.
Cold. Yeah.
So I basically cut the tip of my finger off unintentionally, and I'm going to play an intro to the video that I explained how that happened. We'll just take a look at the intro right now.
Today I want to tell you a story about the Avada, poor decisions, and a whole lot of blood. But it wasn't me. I've still got all my fingers. It was my buddy Chris, but he's not the type to sit around and whine about it. He's the type that makes lemonade out of lemons and wants to teach you something so you don't make the same mistake. Isn't that right, Chris?
That's right. Yeah, that was painful.
So that actually I think that got flagged by YouTube for bloody or disturbing content.
Yeah, it did.
By the way, hello Kai. I see you out there. Good to see you in the chats. Thanks for coming and roasting nuts with us. So you cut your finger. Tell us how you did it.
Well, first I was reading the manual, which
big mistake.
Huge mistake. I never read the manual, but I decided to read the manual and saw the feature, the combination stick command, which cuts the motors in an emergency, and the drone just falls to the floor. And so I was testing out that feature, which we'll look at the video right now. And in normal mode, it works great. You just move the sticks down and in, and the drone falls to the ground. So I thought, well, I normally fly the Avada in manual mode. So why don't I go ahead and try that in manual mode? And this is what happened when I tried that.
Because it thinks you're just trying to do some crazy maneuver.
Right. And then it was upside down, so I flipped the switch to put it into normal mode, and I thought the props had stopped. I picked up the drone, and it bit me, basically.
Yow. Yeah. That looks like it stings. And you know, everything stings worse when it's cold out.
Oh, man. And I saw the sight of blood made me faint as well. Not faint, but just slightly,
Feel faint.
Woozy, yeah.
Yeah.
And
like the taste of Dr. Pepper.
Exactly. And for that video edit, I was looking for another angle, which I had filmed, but I couldn't find it on that day. But for today, I did find a secondary angle, and you can hear the props stop when I grabbed the drone, so I thought I was safe. But as you can hear, I wasn't. And they just started right back up as soon as I picked up the drone, and oh man, I was bleeding and shaking off the blood, and I was kind of panicking.
That's a trick that drones do. They pretend like they're dead. It's like a possum, right? It pretends like it's dead, and then as soon as you go and pick it up by the tail, it bites you.
Yeah.
So you got to like grab it beneath the neck and kind of just give it one of these.
Yeah. So anyway, I have since learned that in order to stop the props, you have to double tap the Avada, the controller on the Avada, and then the combination stick command does not work in manual mode.
Not in manual mode.
So I learned that the hard way because the manual didn't tell me that.
How's your finger now?
It's still numb. I can't
Yeah.
feel the tip of my finger. It's still kind of numb and painful at the same time.
Really?
Yeah.
Just all that time, like almost a year later.
I think it's permanent. So
Dang. Well, that means that you can use it for poking things. That, like you can poke hot things.
Yeah.
You won't be able to feel it. What is that? What is that? What is that? What is that burning smell? Thanks for the super chat, Art. Thank you very much. Artco Drone Solutions, appreciate that. And World of Oz, also appreciate the super chat. I think Sean said he had to go back to tattooing, but always appreciate when people stop in, even just for a minute. So the year got off to a hard start, or a difficult start with the Avada incident, huh?
yeah, and I think Bob Casey's making fun of me. He said, "Come on, man, I cut myself worse shaving." So maybe I should just stop complaining.
Well, Chris doesn't shave yet, so
Maybe I should.
You got that little peach fuzz going. So
how about you?
Well,
Did you do anything interesting?
at the beginning of the year, I actually had the opportunity, just mentioned Sean Oz, to go up to Colorado and hang out with Sean and Ed Ricker, and we made this little video, which did not actually get a lot of views, but if you haven't seen it, I thought it was pretty entertaining. So let's take a look. Okay, we're here in Colorado. Ed and I have been here doing a little snowboarding and drone flying, and we're heading back to the airport. But there's this little town called Georgetown, and it has this big, small, medium-sized frozen lake. And I don't know why, I just wanted to fly over it and try something where I take my little GEP-RC rocket and either land on, or even better, skid across the lake and then take back off. So we're gonna give that a try and see what happens. And I already told Ed if it ends up in the middle somewhere and I can't turtle it out or get it out, I'm probably just gonna leave it, because, getting trapped under ice is one of those nightmares everybody has, like falling off a big cliff or whatever, and you don't want it to happen to you. I see my space out there to do this. It's that, sort of clear spot. Again, wishing there were more activity on the lake. I mean, it's great because there's nobody here, so we're not bugging anybody, but also, like, if I don't get it back, if I can't take it back off, is it going to be stuck out there? We'll see. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, I did it! Sort of. Okay, one more time. Oh, goodness. All right. Yep.
Test.
Yeah, all right.
Do it right here.
All right. All right.
Video's not over.
All right. For those of you that stuck around to the end, I'm gonna try one more time. That sort of worked, right?
Made an equal leg. You just see the puddle.
All right, here we go, one more time. All right. Wow, that was awesome. I'm glad we did that. Yeah, I feel like this is probably a little bit smoother than out there too, because out there is kind of bumpy and some snow and all that stuff. And this would be easy recovery. I could send it out on that ice, and I think it would hold him. We thought this was going to be a bit of a fail because I was concerned about retrieving this thing out there on that ice because I didn't really want to walk out on that ice. And then we found this ice patch right here, and we tried it, and it actually worked pretty good. It kind of bounced, but it slid a little bit, and we're cold. We got to get to the airport, so hope you enjoyed it. Let us know what you think. If you've ever slid an FPV drone on ice, let us know because we'd love to hear about it or see footage of it. Ed Ricker, Kelly Shores, Ready Set Drone, signing off.
Okay.
It is always so much fun to go up and hang out with Sean Oz, and especially when Ed makes it up there and snowboarding together. The three of us have a great time and flying drones. So my year started off a little better than Chris's with the finger cut, but it got better, right, Chris?
Oh yeah, it got a lot better. I feel a lot more experienced because I learned lessons and because I've flown a lot more drones this year.
Yeah, we had some opportunities. So a lot of people in this audience has probably seen the fly through of the Haymaker, which we did last October. It's been just over a year. But then this year, probably in March-ish or April-ish, probably March, we got to fly through a $4 million house, which in Austin is it's a fancy house, but it's not super big. I think it was about 4,000 square feet, which is a big house. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like a mansion size. But that's just how it goes here. Those houses, especially close to downtown, are being snapped up. They're tearing down the small ones, and they're building these things. And let's take a quick look at this. So now this was with the Avada, and then I think who's in front here?
So yeah, I'm in front. I'm flying the Emax Cinehawk.
Yeah, and we were doing a review of the Cinehawk at the time.
Right, and of course we did a real fly-through without the Cinehawk for the real estate agent. But in this flight, you were chasing me as I was flying the Emax Cinehawk.
Yeah, the Cinehawk's pretty awesome. It's got the O3 camera system in it, so it's stabilized. It's lighter than the Avada by a long shot. Now the flight time is not quite as long as the Avada, but it's fun to fly.
Yeah, and another thing, the Avada, of course, you're in normal mode.
Yes.
And so you can just hover, and it's kind of easier to fly indoors with the Avada in normal mode, as opposed to what I was doing was, I think, angle mode, where, yeah, you still have to be careful about the throttle.
It doesn't self-level.
Right. But I think I used Gyroflow with the O3 air unit. Even though, there is horizon steady, I felt like Gyroflow worked better.
To even out the footage.
Yeah.
So we get to the end here, and then I made Chris try some Dr. Pepper, and he got really upset.
Yeah, while I was flying.
Look what he did.
And I just drank one sip, and then boom, that was it.
Yeah, he was mad. So it's funny because the client, I think, actually saw that happen, and he's a real realtor, works for this builder, Paradisa, and he was pretty chill about it. He's like, "What was that all about?"
Yeah, luckily it didn't hit anything except a wall.
Yeah, and luckily it didn't happen indoors, right?
Right.
So it turned out that was an early build of the Cinehawk, and it had I think the flight controller was tightened down too much or something.
I think Cornell said one of the nuts was too loose.
And it was causing vibration on the flight controller.
Yeah, and so it just kind of got wigged out and thought it was trying to self-level or something.
Yeah, that's what happens when you have loose nuts. So be careful. So you can self-level right into a wall. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, that was a cool experience though, to have that opportunity to be hired by a realtor to actually do a real estate video. That video, I think, is on Ready Set Drone, but we're not sure if it is or not. But it's definitely on Sparksite's Vimeo page. So if anybody wants to see it, hit me up, and you can see the actual video that has like stats about the house, and it's a longer fly through and all that stuff. But it was really fun doing that. So that was kind of a big thing for us. And then of course the next thing that came up was a really big thing. Drum roll. Oh yeah, South Florida drone meetup, baby.
Second favorite bow shark. All the way from Canada. Who's your first? Who's a solid? That would be Little Shark.
Wanted to give away one of these lifters, and I I was looking around trying to figure out who would we give this to? Who's capable of flying something like this? More importantly,
Alrighty.
So that was a South Florida drone meetup. Hey, I see Maddie and Captain Ray and my brother Brad. I don't think Brad's in the chat yet, but those guys had a lot to do with putting that event on. And what a great event it was.
Yeah, that was so much fun. And, flying, I think we were flying the Flywoo there, and no one crashed in the water. So that was amazing. I think the previous year there were two drones
water
that went
crashes.
for a swim. Yeah.
There was also 3 GoPro Karmas there, which you don't see many of those anymore. So
They're almost extinct.
Yeah, they're endangered drones. Who had those? Was that?
I'm not sure if I've met the person before. So
There was a guy there with 3 Karmas, and he was flying. He had all 3 of them out and was flying them, but it was awesome. Captain Ray and Maddie, you guys killed it on that event, and looking forward to 2024. But then after South Florida Drone Meetup, when we thought things couldn't get any better, all of a sudden they did, and we did this. So what is this, Chris?
Well, here we're doing a simulator training for this beast of a machine. I think it's a 18 rotor manned aerial vehicle. And yeah, so we got trained.
A MAV.
We got trained in order to be able to actually fly this ourselves. And you got to take the first flight.
Yep.
And how did you feel when you went up there? Were you nervous at all, or?
I think it was like
just more exciting.
Not until it was going up, and then I was like, "Whoa, this is actually happening." I'm actually not behind the wheel, but at the stick of this thing, and I'm going up. But Jace is an accomplished pilot. Jace is Air Force, and I have a lot of faith in him and the engineers at Lyft to make this thing safe. And and I feel like what a privilege it was for us to get to do this early flight of it, and literally landed with no hands, because basically it lands like a DJI drone. Yeah. And then Chris went up, and they changed all the batteries out. Chris fired it up. And how did you feel?
I was kind of in the moment when I went up, just trying to follow all the directions that Jace was giving me in my headset, and not press any wrong buttons. And then once I got up there and was flying around after doing some, yaws and forwards and backwards and left and right, then I started. He said, you can just go have fun, just fly around. And at that point, I looked down and I thought. Bad thoughts. I'm like, oh goodness, what if
I'm 40 feet in the air?
Yeah, exactly.
What happens if it has a freak out like the Emax just did?
Yeah, but yeah, for a split second, I was a little bit nervous, but just finished the flight and just had a lot of fun. I realized that this was an experience that not many people will get, and I just thought, hey, just go for it.
Yeah. You can't if you look at your risk reward, the reward is huge and the risk is pretty low.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, they're probably more likely to have had a car accident on the way over to this place than we would have to had a crash. But
yeah,
Mark, without leave the video rolling, but just turn on your audio. Would you fly this thing?
In a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't even think twice about it.
Nice. Now,
but my cousin parasailed.
Oh, wow.
And he took me up in those 500 feet up, and parasail's different. Like, it's not as,
you got a parachute, and you basically have a motor that's pushing
air up there.
And so you feel like you're flying.
I've got like 4,000 or 5,000 hits on that. It was a video camera, but way before smartphones.
Oh, wow. So
I just sitting there with the helmet, and
wow.
Yeah, he used to run it for DEA and stuff. They would use those for DEA and everything, people shooting at them.
Wow.
So I had a little experience in there, so that's why I wouldn't hesitate.
Yeah, I don't think I would go into a drug bust in a parasail. That would be like the last thing I would want to take in. I'd rather take in this lift quadcopter or 18 copter or be shot out of a cannon or something.
You would take your Mercedes.
Right.
That's what you would take.
I would probably take an e-bike. I have an e-bike called the Romeo that weighs like 125 pounds, and you get some speed up. I could bust down a door and then roll off of the thing and crack open a Dr. Pepper and pull Chris's Glock out of the back of his pants and
Oh goodness.
All right. I feel like we're off on a little bit of a tangent. So again, 2023, year of firsts. Now there's a lot of FPV pilots. As a matter of fact, I know we've got Doc Murdoch in the house tonight, and we've got Maddie who flies a lot of FPV. We've got a lot of people who live in these towns in the north who are able to fly abandoned buildings. Now, in Texas, I guess unless you get out into a small town, you don't have a lot of abandoned buildings. You don't have a lot of what they call bandos, right? I mean, I think what happens is they get torn down and things get rebuilt, or they put up a fence and you can't get in it very easily and all this kind of stuff. But Chris and I found a bando that was not only easy to get into, but super fun to fly in. And so our first bando flying experience was this year. I think I've been there like 4 times to fly since that first time, and always have a good time. Met some cool homeless people, some cool skateboarders. As a matter of fact, we had a homeless guy sleeping in a box, and we didn't even realize he was there until I saw his foot, and I was like, "Oh, there's somebody in there." And then he got up and ended up buying him. I think it's that box on the right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. He was in that box over on the right, and his name was Q, and I bought him a Whopper over at the Burger King.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. And he said, "You want to get high?" I said, "I already am, man."
Nice.
So what happened on this particular day? I think this is the day that Scott got stuck, right?
Yeah. So he was flying, I think, one of his 5-inch home-built FPV quads, and you were chasing him in this clip at the beginning. You're flying the Rocket, I believe.
Yes.
And I think Scott was trying to go through one of these gaps.
Yeah, one of these little tower gaps.
Yeah, and just misjudged it a little bit, crashed, and
That one over on the right there.
yeah, and got stuck up on the roof, but we couldn't find him for a while.
Yeah, we could hear this very faint beeping sound from his beeper, and we ended up getting a ladder and putting it on top of a table and putting that on top of a skateboard, and there's an old abandoned car in there too. It's pretty
We
legit.
think it's abandoned.
Well, it's been there every time I've gone there, so I think it is. But yeah, he ended up getting down. As a matter of fact, there is a video. I think it's like recovering the quad from a bando or something like that. If you want to see it, it's pretty funny. Chris put it together and put some cool music to it and stuff like that. But yeah, really fun flying. I can see the appeal of that. You just have all these gaps to fly through and all this stuff to look at, and just
and there's danger everywhere, so it makes it even more fun.
Yeah. I mean,
you've got the water, inside.
you got the roof you could end up on. You
Yeah.
got Q, the homeless guy.
You were pondering going through those.
Remember,
holes, right?
remember, I did actually get stuck on one of those beams when
That's
I
right.
tried to go through one of those holes. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. I'm like, just put your nose down and dive, man. What's the problem? I really
Your confidence was low. back
yeah.
then.
Well, I mean, I feel like I just didn't do it. We got to go back there and give it another shot. But yeah, there was our bando experience, and man, it's been fun. I promised Kai we'd go there, so hopefully next time Kai's up in Austin, we can run over there and he can fly one of his little walk snails in there. The walk snails. So what do we got next, Chris?
We've got another fly through that
Another
we did.
one. Yeah, we did a lot of fly throughs this year.
Yeah, and so this one actually took a lot more
Coordination
and planning with, staff in an office, and I think we planned it out and then went for rehearsal one day and then came back another day and did it. So yeah, let's check out.
Well, hold on.
Yep.
Before you play it, I just want to tell you what happened on rehearsal day. So we got back into the back room, like this area you'll see where there's a bunch of people working on stuff, and there's a vehicle in the room, and it's a LiDAR company, and they had a jammer in there. They had some sort of a jammer
GPS.
GPS jammer in there that I don't know why they had one in there, but maybe they were using it to test something. And the Avada started going crazy, couldn't control it. And I was like, what is going on? And then one of their guys said, oh yeah, let me go turn this thing off. And he turned it off, and then it worked great. So yeah, let's take a look at the video. Yeah, what a fun one that one was. And as Chris said, a lot of coordination to get the van to pull up at just the right moment. And and actually that version that I just played was not the final version. There was a version with more sound effects and some graphics, like some text that we flew through and stuff. But you guys like to see the drone flight. You don't care about all that fancy stuff, right?
Yeah, and also we had the van pulling up, that took people on headsets, and I think we did, I don't know, 4 or 5, or was it more?
Yeah, I was gonna say 6 takes, but it was great. It was a fun thing. Their entire staff was really into it. They seemed really happy with the result, and then they ghosted us as a client. So I don't know, kind of weird, but. Anyway, really cool to get to do those kind of fly-throughs, and I'm hoping to do more this year. But there were some low points in the year. You know, Chris cutting his finger real bad, and then
you kind of got frustrated about something, right?
I had a really
breaking point.
Yeah, I almost lost it. People, I don't know why, I kept falling for these scams that were going on. These people would send us these drones, and they'd say, oh, this drone costs $200 and it will make your breakfast and shoot 8K video and do circles and fly for 2.5 hours on a solar charger. And I finally figured out that they were full of crap. Let's take a look. I just finished filming a review for a drone that was about $200. And I gotta tell you, it sucks. Every drone that I have been sent for review or have purchased on my own between $100 and $300 with a camera on it is terrible. That is just this class of drones that promises the world, gives you waypoints, gives you apps, gives you follow me, gives you all these crazy stabilization and 4K footage and all this. Don't believe them. I gotta tell you, some of these manufacturers, like SEMA, make great line of sight flyers. They make the X5C, which is one of my favorite line of sight flyers, meaning there's no app, there's no camera, and if there is a camera, you just ignore it. You just fly it for fun. You watch it going around in circles. You do some little flips with it. You have some fun. But as soon as you put a camera on it and claim that this camera is cinematic and that you can do cool stuff with it, and you charge $250, be suspicious. Those drones are not good. I'm gonna call out some manufacturers right now that have done this to me. SEMA, Potenzic, Ruco, Hubson, Holystone, EXO, even you. And they charge a bit more. And anything you get at Walmart or at Academy or any other big box store that has these drones in their sporting section or their drone section that say they're good for camera, don't buy them. Spend $30, $40, even $50 on a little toy drone that you can fly line of sight indoors, you can have fun with, there's no app, the expectations are low, and you're not wasting your money. You can get 5 of those for the cost of one $250 piece of junk camera drone. And I say camera drone in quotes. So all I'm saying is if you're gonna get a drone, if you've never flown before, buy a SEMA X5C or buy a little Potenzic toy drone. Those are great. They're a great way to learn. They're a great way to get your orientation. They're stabilized. They can sometimes do flips. They sometimes have different rates that give you more action, but they're really simple and the expectation is low and they're a ton of fun. That's what I first took off with and learned on, and that's what got me hooked. And then if you want to get a decent drone, buy a DJI. I know people hate to hear that. Or if you really hate DJI, buy an Autel because they make good drones, just like DJI does. But they're gonna cost you. They're gonna be $600, $700, $800, $1,200, but they are so much better. The frustration is so much lower and the joy is so much higher. Don't buy your kid a $200 camera drone. Buy your kid a $30 line of sight drone from, like I said, Potenzic or SEMA or any other company that makes one without a camera and without an app, and it's only 30 or 40 bucks, that's money well spent. But the minute you buy a $100 to $300 drone that promises the world, I guarantee you're gonna be disappointed. Guys, if you're watching this and you're one of these companies, quit asking me to review these drones because I'm not doing any more. I did my last one today and I'm out of here.
Oh no. Kelly, are you okay?
Chris, these drones are killing me. These $100 to $250 drones, they just all suck.
If you want a good drone, I put a list in the description. They're affiliate links, but I promise you won't be disappointed even if you spend more money, or you can spend a lot more money, or you can spend even less money. You're still gonna be happier than if you just spend a little bit of money and get one of these. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it.
Oh, Chris, I was so broken. Those drone companies, they won't relent. And, I guess this sounds really, elitist or something, but I'm just tired of all these offers for stupid stuff like makeup and vacuum cleaners. And I actually, bike helmets. Why am I putting bike helmets on a drone channel? What's up, Chris? Stop me.
We need to just make a separate channel for that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Ding. Not a bad idea. It is a cool bike helmet, though. The X Nito. It's got lights. So, yeah, we had our little breaking point. But I have to say, since then, I have said no to every $200 drone that's come in the inbox and said, no, sorry, you can't. I don't even reply, actually. I just ignore it. It's got to be a cheap drone or an expensive drone for us to review it on Ready Set Drone. Those middle drones are bad news.
I when you were out of town, actually, I dug one out of the trash and tried to revive it, but it didn't work out. And
was there a raccoon involved in this?
Yeah, there was a raccoon. But you were out of town, and
yeah.
What were you doing out of town, by the way?
Oh, that was this summer.
Yeah.
Well, Texas in the summer, it's balmy. It's a little. Mark, what do you think of Texas in the summer?
I love it, but I've been here 6 generations, dude.
Okay, all right.
I love it. It's sweat. You here's the deal, y'all. If you don't sweat, you don't release toxins. Chris knows this.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we don't have anything in our body like everyone up north. They're in the basement drinking all
True.
winter.
True.
And we just sweat it out.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that's
okay.
what I'm thinking.
All right. Well, I'm not a big fan of sweating, and I was born in Texas, not Oklahoma, by the way. And so I can say with some credibility here that Texas sucks in the summer. All right, I'm a true-blooded Texan. I got a big old flag. I'm probably packing heat right now. I drink Dr. Pepper. I drive a Honda. So I got some bona fides when it comes to living in Texas. But if I have my choice, I'd much rather be in this place every summer, because this place is paid for by my wife's grandparents. They bought it in the 40s, and it's still in the family, and it's beautiful, and it's cool, and it's about, high of about 72 on most days. And so no air conditioning. The water's nice and cold. This is the Thousand Islands region. Got to fly. This is the Avada, just flying a little manual mode with the Avada, going around, checking it out. But I mean, look how clear that water is. It's pretty astonishing. This is the St. Lawrence Seaway that flows from Lake Ontario into the Atlantic Ocean, and a really fun place to fly. There's also a lot of times freighters out there in the channel. You can see kind of off in the distance. You'll see freighters, and that's Canada right on the other side there. Chris, you go up in the Northeast sometimes. You usually go up in the winter. Why don't you go up in the summer?
I go up in the winter just because it's Christmas break. But, I have gone in the autumn, and that's really pretty because we get
leaves changing.
Yeah.
Like we were just in Chicago and had some nice leaf change. But here's the boathouse. You want to see?
Oh goodness!
Through the boathouse, kind of quick.
Yeah.
Kind of quick through the boathouse.
So
but
did you contemplate that for a while, or did you just?
Yeah, you noticed there were like 3 loops around the boathouse before I finally actually did it. And then this island, actually, half this island is for sale. So if you wanna buy the island next to this little dinky one, you can buy half of it. I don't even know what it costs, but
so there's gonna be a fence down the middle.
There's actually, so the island is actually 2 small islands, and they're connected by a small bridge. It's you can buy the other half, not the part I flew over, the far half, which is pretty cool because it has an old boathouse with a lot of old wood in it, but it's kind of falling apart. It would take, if you, let's say you bought that place for $500,000 or $1 million or whatever, it would take another $500,000 to $1 million to make it livable, to make it someplace you could actually stay. The good thing about this small place that my wife's parents have is that it's small, it's pretty easy to maintain. I mean, I say that, it's a lot of work actually, but it's been well maintained over the years, as you can see from the nice paint on the boathouse and such. But
And does the water level rise and fall, or is it pretty
not
consistent?
It is pretty consistent, but yes, it does rise and fall. Probably, it'll start off in June pretty high, and sometimes it's even up over the dock a little bit. Like the dock doesn't float, so this dock right here that we're about to go past, it'll be up over that, and it's been in the boathouse, like 6 inches of water in the boathouse before. And then by the end of the summer, like in August, it drops a good 3 or 4 feet. So it'll be down you have to actually kind of step down off the dock to get into the boats. It's a little more challenging. And like places you could dive into before, you can't really dive into. I mean, the whole front up here is rocks. So you just have to be careful. Everything, it's not like Lake Travis here in Austin or, most lakes where it's sand or mud on the bottom. It's all rock.
Anything in the water to be worried about? Loch Ness monsters or anything like that?
Yes.
Just one Loch Ness?
There are gar. There are muskies. They're big, long teeth. They're big, long, skinny things with teeth.
I don't even know what those are. Are those like snakes or fish?
Muskie is a fish.
Okay.
It's a big, long. I mean, you ever seen an alligator gar?
No.
You know what that is?
No.
Those, I don't think they have alligator gars up there, but they look like a alligator kind of fish combo.
It's got a long snout.
Long snout, sharp teeth. Yep.
Ooh.
But they don't mess with people. They don't come up and just go at. They're not big enough to eat you. Their teeth are like, probably half inch long, and they're sharp, but they're,
They don't swarm you like
no,
piranhas
no, they don't. Somehow, I don't know why my YouTube feed, like I watched this guy who had piranhas, and now I get all these piranha videos on my YouTube feed. I'm like, no, I don't want to see this. Please stop. That's YouTube. Quit sending me these. That one video was kind of cool. They put a just like a beef bone into a piranha cage,
and then in seconds it was.
No, it was a little slower than I expected. But anyway, up in July, this was July or August, kind of hanging out up there in the Thousand Islands and getting to do a little flying. I do hope to make it across into Canada next year. And I've always wanted to go up and visit Captain Drone, kind of see. He's not too far from here. He's about maybe 2 or 3 hours, I think, in Ottawa. So.
Man, that's so beautiful. The time of the day, the water.
Yeah, kind of really nice golden hour that you get. And really beautiful sunsets, and then that land on the other side, that is Canada. This is the U.S. on this side. It's literally the border between the two countries. So you have to be careful how far you fly because you don't want to have an international incident.
Yeah. So
let's see. Did I finish this one up pretty good?
Yeah.
Come on back. There we go. Yeah. Bring it up. Bring it upstairs. Well, that was kind of the summer, and then right at the end of the summer, we had a big experience in August. We moved from the wall behind us. On the other side of that wall is our old studio into a new studio. So Chris did a great job of documenting that move. Like I was kind of so this is the old studio.
Yep.
I was just kind of like, all right, let's just get everything moved. But this is the old studio. Oh, there's Chris. Was I flying that one?
Yeah,
you
were flying. I just happened to come in, and you're like, right, let me out the door.
So it looks like this was moving day. We're taking down all the stuff and moving all the stuff. And there's okay. The old space emptied out. That's the one that has been the videos for the last 2 years. And then this is the new space that we're in right now before anything went up. There's our live sign. Oh, Mark, I forgot to put up the live sign. Dude, sorry about that. Mark gave that to me. Some pretty hot shot flying going on here.
I mean, I can't resist with all those gaps,
Oh, that was you? Okay, I thought that was me. No, if it's good flying, then it's Chris. If it's Home Depot, then it's me. Not flying at Home Depot, but being there and shopping for lumber. So yeah, right now what you're seeing is this used to be a flooring store, and so they had all these different floors, and we put up cork or pegboard to hang stuff on. We put up these curtains, which are over to our left right now. We put up an on-air light. There's our buddy Wesley, the bike guy.
So if we're recording, we just hit that switch.
Yep. Let people know. Shut the what up, because we're trying to record in here. We have a leaky AC unit in the office. They did replace the AC up in the space we're in right now, the kind of warehouse studio space. And what did they do when they put the AC up there?
Well, they went through this whole process of getting a crane and removing the old one and putting the new one on, and then they realized that the new one was the wrong voltage.
Yes.
So they had to do this whole thing all over again.
Pull the new one that they never hooked up down, and we had like 2 weeks without AC.
Oh man.
Yeah.
In the middle of the summer and
in August. But they were pretty cool about letting Chris fly the drone around them. Like they didn't.
For sure. Yeah.
They didn't seem to care. We did ask.
Yep. Yeah. Everyone was on board.
And then we put up the sign here, the Sparksite sign, and we built a bunch of shelves.
Are you having fun yet?
Yeah.
I don't know what happened there. I must have fallen. Couldn't get up. We replaced the AC. We replaced a bunch of ceiling tiles. Wow, I'm really glad. I actually haven't seen all this footage. Jody did a bunch of painting in her spin-up shirt. That's her painting shirt now. And then we ended up covering that whole wall that she painted with these acoustic tiles.
Yeah. So first, you did some painting.
Happy little gray splotch meteor. Happy little meteor out in space.
Yeah, you just look like Bob Ross doing a masterpiece.
Yeah. Well, the hair's a little different.
And we had a First Friday live stream in the.
Yeah, this was in like September, I think.
Yep.
And then after that one, we took. Oh yeah, we put up those the wood, and then we covered it in that material.
Yeah, it was a process of, we're not sure what we're gonna do, but just kind of added stuff and ended up here.
Yeah, and it looks great and it sounds great. I mean the audio, except for the garage door that is kind of noisy. If anybody's got any ideas on how to seal a garage door, Lon, are you out there? Like to make it less noisy, but yeah, this is getting closer to what it looks like now. In the office space, the wheelchair, in case you need that.
This is Jody assembling the table.
Yeah,
and then
there's the sign.
This table is magical. Apparently.
Yeah, look at that. It hovers.
And then this is my fly through for the review that we did with the Tiny Hawk, and it was just a cool obstacle course.
Yeah, there's a lot of little gaps to hit with this space. Nice. Yeah, I've seen this video before, and I know you made it all the way to the end and then hit something, right?
Yeah, it was.
Oh man, look at that! Look at that! That's some fancy flying, Chris.
I was so glad that I was gonna make this my perfect run, and then I kind of got nervous right here.
Ooh. Oh.
Yeah. But that's pretty much the office right now, and
yeah,
it's gonna keep evolving.
Yes, it is. That's the hope. Keep evolving until it's perfect, and then we'll move out.
Yeah.
So that was kind of our September time frame, getting this place into some kind of shape, and then all of a sudden, when we were done with that, it was time for dun dun dun
spin up.
Flying my drone down at the lake all alone. It was beautiful, I tell you true. There were people there fishing and a duck on some mission. It was hard to take in all the view, but there was some detail missing, and I started wishing I had someone there to talk to. That's when I got this idea that I need to head west and meet up with the RSD crew. few months out, and I was anxious, no doubt. My excitement, it was hard to contain. And though the daily grind whittled away the time, that event kept rolling around in my brain. But when it's so far away, it's easy to say that I'll never make it to the show. And now the time is here, and it's very clear that we're more than ready to go. Just give me spin up, mister. You don't need to ask me why. Give me spin up, mister. Spin 'em up, 'cause it's time to fly. No more cry. Well, the day has arrived, and my friends by my side, and we're all together in this place. We are flying our drones, 'cause we don't fly alone. I've got a big smile on my face. And if you ask me now, I can tell you how this group came to be best friends. It's 'cause we all like to fly, and that's the real reason why I hope the spin up never ends. Just give me spin up, mister. You don't need to ask me why. Give me spin up, mister. Spin 'em up, 'cause it's time to fly.
Hey, and seriously, thanks to everyone that came out. That was such a great time. I mean, we kind of lucked out because the weather got really bad for the next week after that. But the day of Spin Up was amazing. The flying at the RC field, the welcome reception, everything. So thank you guys who came to Spin Up. And then after that, Chris and I had a job to do in San Diego.
And we did bring some drones.
We did. We were filming a conference and we actually met up with Aldrin from Flight Path, and he recommended we go to this location to fly. And boy, was he right. Look down there. You see at the bottom of that cliff, what was that called?
Mushroom House.
It's called the Mushroom House. Yeah, it's like actually built into the side of the cliff right there on the water, and it's pretty crazy. And then I liked this little valley that kind of went down into the water like that. This is called Scripps Pier, and it's right near on the UC San Diego campus, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because we kind of walked through campus during
we did.
part of this, and then we kind of found this little bench to sit on, and I think this was there we are on the bench.
Yep.
Found this little bench to sit on. They were doing construction on this building, and it made a nice little place to fly through. And Chris kept flying and hitting me in the butt.
You were flying this one.
Oh, was that one? Well, it was fun. There were some surfers out there and stuff. But then what happened?
Then you took a flight through a little forest, and I was watching your Avada stream on your phone because you have to plug in your phone to fly the Avada now for remote ID. And I was kind of at the edge of my seat, thinking you were going to crash, but then you don't crash. And
it was like that indoor flight that you did in the house here, or in the office here. But yeah, this was a really weird. I mean, not much going on here, but as I got a little further in, I got into a flow state, as I recall. Now, Chris wanted me to comment on this video in real time, and so I actually have not seen this whole video through since we did it, since it was filmed. And I remember I was going up trying to get my bearings. Saw those power lines, which, again, that's one of the beauties of 03 transmission, is you can see things like power lines and ghost branches and tiny little twigs and stuff. And then I think right about here, I just kind of started feeling really, really good, taking more risks with smaller and smaller gaps. This was a cool spot. This was up near La Jolla, kind of pretty close to the beach, but a few blocks inland from the beach and a little ways from that UC Berkeley campus. There was construction going on all around up there, but this little park, or this little wild space, was just left to its own devices, and we thought, what a perfect place to... I think we actually were on our way to the airport, right?
Yeah, we were.
And it was like, we don't want to go with full batteries, and
Right.
I think we had 2 batteries left, so we each flew one battery pack.
And at this point, I was thinking, how are you going to make it through? And you just went down through something and just...
Kind of lucky, yeah. Found a little gap there to zap through, and then just all these little V's in the trees were so tempting. How does this one look? How does that one look? And it was all kind of soft landing. I think I'd be more worried about actually losing the drone than than damaging it, as far as hitting something. But
Right.
yeah, kind of coming through a lot of little soft areas there.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
I
where
think at one point you actually clipped a little shrub or something, and oh goodness, yeah. See, I was live commenting. I remember thinking, oh, and actually, Kelly.
Oh, there was that
Yeah.
shrub I clipped.
So,
Yeah.
so your parents-in-law called while you were on this flight.
Oh,
on
that's right.
FaceTime.
That's
and so
right.
I answered your phone, and you were still in the goggles, like narrating your flight.
I was talking to my mother and father-in-law and my wife while I was flying this flight. I forgot about that. That's pretty funny. Yeah, so I think Jody's watching right now, and if she is, this was what I was doing when you guys called. We were on our way to the airport, running down some batteries. You have to do it. Safety first, right? Don't want to fly with a fully charged Avada battery or 3.
Right.
So
And I think this part you were getting a little bit of breakup, but you were using the DJI controller, and O3, so it's not like Express LRS where
you just lose it suddenly.
You lose it,
Yeah, we've had a lot of problems with Express LRS on that Baby Hawk, right?
Yes.
That's the one that primarily have used it on, and then also on, what was the other? Oh yeah, so there's the lines, and then I saw that hole, and I didn't go for it there. Dang.
Well, if you'd lost it up here, I mean,
yeah, it'd be hard to get it down.
Yeah,
you can't really throw. I mean, you can't throw too many rocks at it when you got to catch a flight.
Right.
Yeah, I think I was looking for a way to get back into the canopy here.
Yeah.
And then not hit those power lines.
And yeah, with the Avada, having the H to kind of guide you home is awesome. I remember flying with just a regular analog quad and not knowing where I was because I was over the tree line, and I just had to use the sound of the drone to kind of guide me home.
Yeah. No, that actually really helps when you can hear it.
Yeah. You're hitting some nice gaps.
Yeah, this is where I think I really got into the groove.
Yeah, the trees are, reaching out, trying to grab you, but they almost got you earlier, but you're surviving.
Yeah. Well, considering I put a mini into a tree today.
Well, it wasn't really you.
Yeah.
But we'll
talk about that later.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a really fun flying experience. This is also where we had the Baby Hawk 3, and we did the review of that. Lots of cool footage of that because we were able to take it over by the water and fly it in a lot of cool places.
Tiny Hawk 3 there.
Or sorry, Tiny Hawk 3, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you had a few moments where I thought you were going to crash, but like you never crashed.
Yeah. I don't know. I was just feeling it right there. Just kind of the world lined up, and all the gaps were in the right spot. I think I did crash at the end, right?
So, yeah, there was, the crash is kind of interesting. Like, I can't explain it, and I'm not sure if
I got this. I chickened out. Dang, started to lose my nerve. That's when you crash, is when you start to lose your nerve.
Oh, there we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you had, maybe a minute or two left on your battery, and you just wanted to.
I was having a lot of fun.
Yeah, continue, and I think again, your parents-in-law called halfway through the flight, and this coming up soon is when you did crash, and you'll have to let me know what you think happened, because I think the tree just reached out and grabbed the drone.
They do that.
Yeah.
They do. The trees are kind of tricky like that. I mean, they're mad at us, right? We're always chopping them down and burning them and hanging them up on walls, and I mean, we do a lot of mean things to trees.
Yeah. Oh goodness! Whoa! Look at that gap. That was amazing. Like, seriously. Wow. Yeah, you seem very, very confident. Oh, wow. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Just showing off now.
Showing off, yeah. I don't know, Chris. You're a pretty darn good pilot, so I appreciate you saying all those things.
What's going to happen here?
This was just a flow state, and
what?
Yeah, that was really bad. I mean, that was a big gap, and I just plowed into it. Yeah, thanks, Mike Miller. I think that tree did just kind of. I mean, it's like, clear,
Yeah.
whack.
Yeah.
Boom. Well, so, getting close to the end of our story for 2023. After that, we kind of had a big, exciting experience for us, for YouTube fans. Now, Ready Set Drone is a fairly good-sized YouTube channel, but this channel that we were working with, what does this guy have?
Oh, how many subscribers does he have?
6.5 million, I think.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, this is Tom Scott. So if you guys don't know who Tom Scott is, he's an English guy who does videos about various things, and he contacted us about filming for him in Austin. These are moon towers. Now, the Austin moon towers, Mark, you're familiar with these things?
Oh yeah, I used to make out underneath them.
That's definitely if you ever
too familiar.
If you ever see the movie Dazed and Confused,
Yeah.
right? That's what they say. Let's go to the moon tower and see what's going on.
It was literally to feel like a moon light.
Yeah, it was designed to give off the same amount of light as moonlight. There's lots of rumors about why they were built, but if you watch the video, go to Tom Scott's channel and you search for moon tower. It's the most recent video he put out last Thursday. Just what?
Or was it Monday?
Monday, yeah. Earlier this week he put it out, and it really talks about the history of these moon towers. Now, this was a flight that I did with the Avada in acro mode. I was trying to just go really close to it and give him some kind of dramatic shot he could cut to, but it turns out Tom Scott doesn't like really dramatic shots. He wanted really kind of cinematic, safe, stable stuff, and that's what Chris gave him. Chris did fly the Baby Hawk 3 around it a bit, and he did fly the Mini 4 Pro, and he flew the Mavic 3.
Mavic 3.
And we got some awesome footage. If you go check out the video, wait till after this is over, but this was just a lot of fun to be able to have the city in the background like that, to be hanging out, and Tom Scott, if you know who he is. Does anybody know who he is in the chat? Tom Scott is a very, very nice guy. And for someone who has 6.5 million subscribers, then the coolest part, I thought, well, he bought us dinner after we were finished shooting, which I thought was really nice. Yeah. And then he actually gave us all credits in the
description
of his video. Yeah. And that was really cool. It was just a great experience, and he paid us. He paid us really well. So just a really great experience to be able to work with him on that. Yeah. What do you got?
You're flying around a lot of residences. Do you have anybody concerned?
Oh, no. So actually, funny thing about this. Now, this was not the official flight. This was me kind of goofing around, which, I guess you got to be careful when you're goofing around. But we actually had to fill out a bunch of paperwork because originally Tom Scott wanted to climb this tower, and that was not something that the Austin Energy or the Historical Commission or any of those groups was going to allow, because it is a historical landmark. We had to get permission from Austin Energy. We had to do Lance authorization because of where this tower is located. It's right on the edge of Bergstrom, like right on the edge of the flight thing. And we actually had to fill out an Austin Police Department form for flying. Because we had talked to Austin Energy and brought it up, we got inundated with all these forms and stuff we had to fill out. We did it all, and it worked out great. And then this is the shot that Chris got right as the moon tower comes on. You'll see it there on the lower right. He basically parked the Mini up there for about 25 minutes and just hovered it right around sunset. These things have a photovoltaic or whatever it's called. Yeah, there it is coming on. It's basically when the sun goes down, the lights come on. And these are LEDs, but the original ones, what were they, Chris?
Carbon arc or something?
Carbon arc lights. They were, these things were built in the 1800s. They've been around since like the 1880s, 1890s.
That's when they invented making out.
Is that when you used to make out?
Yeah. Chris, they call that the money shot right there, dude.
Yeah, it's definitely the
Awesome
money shot.
Yeah, that was exciting to get like in the moment.
Well, we were all standing around looking at the controller, waiting for the lights to come on, and when it did, we were all like, yes, look at it. Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
And then I think I have just a little bit more footage here from the Mavic 3. How much time's left in this video, Mark? 1 minute? Yeah, here it is. just kind of this really nice, cool nighttime reveal shot. But if you want to see some really cool shots of the moon tower with the city in the background and see what we were up to with Tom Scott, go look at the video and
Yeah,
check
that was just an experience that is once in a lifetime, you know? Like, because seriously, Tom Scott, his channel is going to be kind of dormant.
Yeah, there he is on the left. He's retiring. He's retiring from YouTube after the end of this year. His last video is going to be in December, and so really good to meet him, and super down to earth, easygoing guy, and like I said, he gave us lots of credit, thanked us many times, bought us dinner, and paid us. So can't beat that combination. Well, man, what a great year. That's kind of our year in review, at least so far.
Yeah.
What do we got coming up for the close? We also did some drone flying in Chicago. Where else? It seems like you and I took a few trips this year. Did we go anywhere else where we flew a drone?
No, I don't.
Okay.
So.
We did drone flying in Chicago. Once again, the thing with Tom Scott's video, it was very, very beautiful that day, like short sleeves. And then the next day it got cold and rainy. And so it was really good that we shot the day we did. Chicago was the same thing. We were there for 2 days. The first day was cold, very cold,
and snowy.
No, the first day was
that's
sunshine,
right.
beautiful.
Right.
The second day it was just icy, windy, and snowy. That's why they call it the Windy City. But so very, very excited about 2024. Want to thank everybody for being big supporters of the channel. Now, we got a couple things we're going to do before we wrap up. I think it's already, we're 20 minutes over our usual time. We got the hidden hashtags. Now, Chris, you want to explain what that's all about?
So in most of our videos, we hide a hashtag, somewhere in the video.
If Chris reminds me, or if he edits the video, or if he reminds me if I'm editing the video. But sorry, I don't always do it. I should try to remember. But yeah, so they're hashtag hidden for like a second or two in the video.
Yeah, or sometimes longer than that. But it's a sign to us that someone's watched the video all the way through, or they haven't skipped around, and so it's a little secret code that we like to leave out there. And when people leave comments, I collect them and put them on a wheel, which Kelly, I think your job is to spin this wheel.
I've got that wheel right here, and I think I'm going to spin it in 3, 2, 1, go.
Nice.
Yeah, look at it go. And this wheel is everyone who got the hidden hashtag. And Michael Belshi.
Nice.
Hey.
So thank you to everyone who watches and finds these hashtags and just watches and comments. And so, Michael, you will get a sticker that only winners of the hidden hashtags receive.
That's right. They're special stickers that Chris had made.
Yes.
By the way, you can see I've added a couple more here to the laptop. I got TJ Drone Giggles, and I got Copper State. I'm repping the Copper State Ariel's T-shirt tonight. Thank you guys for sending stickers. Eat More Possum over here, and River City, and Outdoorish, and Lift Aircraft, and Brant Aerials, and the Fly for Fun show, and Chris Hope's Hard to Beat sticker with the Bulldog. Speaking of Mr. Hope, like I said, he is at a family function tonight, but he did send us probably my favorite 2 minutes of hope he's ever sent. It's fall colors shot by the Mini 4 Pro that he was given not by us, but by the entire drone community at Spin Up. Pretty awesome that was done. If you weren't there to see it, I mean, I kind of got choked up because, it just made me feel really good that somebody who really deserves something nice got it. So let's take a quick look at the fall colors from Chris Hope. Wow, that was very, very nice. Thank you, Chris Hope, for sending that. 2 Minutes of Hope. That video will probably be out on his channel tomorrow or in a couple of days. He usually puts them out after this, but I really don't see that many fall colors in Texas, but he lives kind of east, a little further north and east, I think.
Yeah, he got some nice colors. The trees, the water, the sky, everything just looks amazing. I guess the time of day really helped. And so, yeah, great job, Chris.
And he's just one of the coolest dudes I've ever met.
Yes, by far. And Mark, so you you're flying a little bit. You're doing some things. You're actually doing a talk tomorrow night, right? You said you're going to be speaking at a.
I'm telling a story.
You're telling a story. You're
I'm telling a story.
Kind of like a TED Talk kind of thing, right?
Yeah, more like the flame, the moth, whatever that is. Just 5 of us were chosen to tell a story, and it's going to be awesome.
And Mark actually also just got a Subaru, not an Outback, the Forester, right?
Sport.
And Forester Sport. It's got cool orange things, but the coolest thing is he has a teardrop camper that he's pulling behind that thing. So,
and I'll be parking in front of y'all's house at some point.
That's right. I think if you ever needed a drone, it's when you're out camping in that thing, right?
But that's why I need to get the Mini 4. It'll just track me on everything.
Yeah, you just drive and it just flies. And
the coolest thing about that Subaru, though, I don't know if y'all have this or not, the lights go into the turn, so it actually lights your turn like they're moving like that.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. You can't. Makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
It's like eyeballs out there. It's kind of fun.
Nice. Well, thank you, Mark, for doing the sound and the video and the video plays and all that stuff tonight, and especially for doing sound. It's been up last year. We all appreciate it. Chris Hope is in the house. Hey, there he is. Good to see you, man. Thanks for coming in, and really, really awesome 2 Minutes of Hope. We were just talking about you if your ears weren't burning. Well, that's going to wrap it up for us. It's obviously holidays, Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. We hope you have a good one.
Well,
first, before we do that, we got a little thing.
Of the month.
I was just teasing. Like I'd forgotten. No. We do this thing, Subscriber of the Month, and it's just our way of saying thank you, and we appreciate the people that tune in. I know it's a small but hearty bunch of hardcore subscribers that watch First Friday, and we really appreciate you guys being here. So if we can get a little drum roll, we might be able to announce the December Subscriber of the Month. Mark, push the button. And
I may have it on a different
maybe just go
page.
Random. Just
hit random things, crickets and trumpets and all sorts of things.
There we go. That's the applause. Well, whoever it is, however it goes. Oh, there's Jody Shores. Hi, Jody Shores. Good to see you. We want to say thank you to this person because they have been a big part of this community for a long time. And Chris is going to tell us the name. It is
Mike Miller.
Yes.
Congrats, Mike.
I think Mike Miller's in the chat. I saw him earlier.
I believe he is.
Thanks for tuning in. Mike, give me your shirt size and your address, your mailing address, and we will send you a little box of goodies for the holidays. I also owe some things to Ray Kelly, to I'm trying to think of who else.
Rodney Bell.
Bob Case. No, not Bob Casey. Rodney Bell.
BMAC.
BMAC.
Yeah.
I have a list of people that won stuff at Spin Up that weren't there, so I need to ship those prizes out. And my intent is to get all that stuff shipped tomorrow, so it'll get to you, or not tomorrow, next week. I'm actually working tomorrow. But next week, I'm going to ship everything out. So Ray, BMAC, and Rodney, and Mike Miller, and anybody else I'm shipping stuff to can expect a package to arrive, if not next week, early the following week, and plenty of time for Christmas. Thank you guys again. Really means the world. Mark, any closing thoughts about this great community of drone people?
I was super impressed at Spin Up. Like, such good people. Like, it made me want to fly more. Really.
Yeah.
Just really, really good people. Appreciate y'all letting me in the clan.
Yeah. Well, we're glad to have you here. So again, Mike Miller, congrats to you, man. Really appreciate you. And we will be taking a little break over the holidays. We've got a few videos that we've already shot. We got one we got to finish shooting. We tried to finish it today, and things didn't go well. Like I said, I put a Mini 4 into a tree. But all of that said, it's always fun. It's always great to see people here in the chat on First Friday. It's really great to see you guys commenting on the videos. Stay safe out there, and have a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and we'll see you soon.
And don't fly alone.
When I fly, I won't fly alone. I'm gonna fly with Ready, Set, Drone. 'Cause Ready, Set, Drone will always fly with me. Flying fast and flying free. Flying with friends is the life for me. 'Cause Ready, Set, Drone is my community. Goggles and rotors and FPV. Props and motors and ESCs. Gimbals and cameras are what we used to fly. Sharing stories and swapping tales, amazing triumphs and epic fails. And will you know if you don't ever try? Ready, set, drone, ready, set, drone. Spin up your props and plug in your phone. Fly with us and we think you'll agree. Ready, set, drone, ready, set, drone. What's the point of flying alone? Flying with friends will make you feel so free. When I fly, I won't fly alone. I'm gonna fly with Ready, Set, Drone. 'Cause Ready, Set, Drone will always fly with me. Flying fast and flying free. Flying with friends is the life for me. 'Cause Ready, Set, Drone is my community. Ready, set, drone, ready, set, drone. Spin up your props and plug in your phone. Fly with us and we think you'll agree. Ready, set, drone, ready, set, drone. What's the point of flying alone? Flying with friends will make you feel so free. Flying with friends will make you feel so free. Flying with friends will make you feel so free.